How would you like to gain insight into the life of a musician and a writer in his prime? How would you like to get the inside scoop on what it's like to write books and produce records? Today's guest will talk about music and writing as well as an exciting life experiences. The Humanities Communications Arts Department at Norwalk Community College presents The New Directors, the show that introduces you to television's future writers, directors, and personalities. And now join our hosts, Mark Talercio, to meet the new directors.
Hello, thank you for joining us for today's edition of The New Directors. All of the people involved with this program are students in the television production course and are directing, switching, controlling audio, operating cameras, and acting as talent for the first time today. Today's guest is a resident of Westport, Connecticut and is well known locally for his work with bandmate James Southworth, as well as his unusual eccentric personality. He is currently working on writing several books, including one chronicling his life, usually experiment. Sorry, we'd like you to meet today's guest, Jack Shelton. I'm sorry, Jack.
How you doing?
Got a little messed up there. Pretty good. So, Jack, tell us. I understand you've been working as a musician for several years now, right? Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, that's right. I've been in a band called The Patio Salesman with James Southworth, who's also worked as, he's worked under the names Jamie's Rock and Beats, and my personal favorite, /*/*/*/Slinky, which is really a mouthful. And he's absolutely brilliant. And so we've been working since, I think, the 7th grade. And it originally started out like he was just a drummer, and I'd come over to his house, and we'd, just do like parody songs. Like we made fun of John Mayer at one point. We recorded a song called Body is a Wonderland, making fun of John Mayer's pronunciation of the word Wonderland. And I guess from there, our sound has kind of evolved over the years because it was very primitive. We used to record into a what are they called again? Those small mini disc. Used to record into mini disc, and then we did studios in New York, and we did home studio, and our music eventually turned into kind of a like progressive, psychedelic, ambient, post-rock, shoegaze, just kind of stuff like that, and it's really been quite the experience. And we just did our last record called Transmissions from the City Behind the Sun, and that's up on Last FM, and it's free for download, so I hope anybody watching checks it out, because it's really our best work.
That's very interesting. Could you tell us, on another note, why you decided to take the TV production course?
Well, there are actually a number of reasons. Number one is because I was planning to go to a college, and things just weren't really working out, because about 2 summers ago I collapsed on a cruise ship and found out I had type 1 diabetes, and I actually almost died, and my brain just didn't really function the same way it did after that. And I've kind of had to relearn how to do a lot of things, like, a lot of things. And, it's very difficult to get my work done, because I've just learned how to manage this new problem I've got. And so I didn't get to apply to any schools on time, because I thought we'd be moving out to California. So I found NCC, and I was looking at courses, and I thought, TV production, that would be great. And so, I'm really enjoying it. I mean, the work's very difficult, and I think I must be a terrible student, since even this interview we're getting to so late. But I really would have dropped out if I didn't love it so much, because I really love working on the projects we do and working with the people, and I think it's a great course.
Nice. I agree. What are some of the most useful things that you've learned in this TV course?
Well, I've learnt how to use Avid, well, to a degree, because I'm not exactly the best when it comes to editing. I've learnt lots of different things about how to go out and shoot things, and I've worked with a lot of people, and acted in other people's projects, helped help with like the directing and just general ideas, and I'm also working on the Ava Awards. Like I had some ideas for that, and so I've learned a lot.
That's great. Can you tell us about some of your works, like the coffee sequence or the campus story, and some of your other works that you've done this semester?
Yeah, sure. Well, the teacup sequence was basically we just edited footage together of somebody just pouring tea into a teacup, but we had to get it so everything was edited just right. And I guess Guns and Hoses was like this kind of commercial-like thing, and we had to put it together in the right order and all that. And the car sequence was, trying to get everything in the right order again, except this time it was getting somebody into a car and, driving off, and how you would have, how you would arrange it. Yeah.
Great.
So.
Can you tell us about your personal best project throughout the semester, what you thought the best was?
Well, actually, there's a funny story about that. I think my best project, even though I ended up doing it at the last minute, was called 28 Takes Earlier, because I had worked on another person's project, Milton Mendonca's 28 Takes Later, which was kind of a zombie flick. And I had this idea for this, prequel to it, except nobody was able to show up. So 28 Takes Earlier became me standing out in the rain, waiting for my actors to show up. And it's just, it's about frustration, and it's, it's daunting, it's long, and it's boring, but I think it gets the point across, because, I wanted it to be long and daunting and boring, because I want people to experience, what it's like to stand out in the rain and wait for people to show up. So it's, it's not meant to be happy, or, it's funny at the end, because that's when you figure out what's going on, when he throws the screenplay against the window, and it sticks. Yeah. That's
interesting.
Yeah, it's a concept.
Yeah. Could you tell us what would you like to create next in the future?
What I'd like to do next? I'm really not sure, actually. I've thought about it a lot, and really, I've got so much stuff going on now. I'm actually engaged, and I'm moving to Canada soon, and so I'm not sure what I'll end up doing there, but if I end up in film, I've got this gut feeling somehow I'm going to end up doing something related to film, so it wouldn't be the end of the world.
Yeah. It's interesting. All right, thank you. Today we met someone who has worked for several years making music and writing books. We would like to thank Jack for joining us today. Thank you, Jack.
Yeah, thanks.
It's a pleasure having you.
Yeah, you too.
We hope you enjoyed meeting some of television's future directors, and we hope you will continue to join us each week to watch our progress. Thank you, and have a good day. It's good. You did a good job. It's very interesting. I liked your video.
This has been The New Directors with your host, Mark Talercia, directed by Lauren Shaw. I'm your announcer, Danny Chung. The New Directors is a Norwalk Community College student production.